Were you ever into wrestling?
Yes.
Right?
Do I have blood running through my veins?
Right?
What do you mean?
Stone Cold Steve Austin might be getting a documentary. The same people that did, I don't know if you've seen it, Michael Jordan's documentary, The Last Dance on Netflix. The same people that did that, they're putting together a documentary for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I think this is great. As a human being, no, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I hope that they actually do this and pull it off. I don't want it to be anything like The Last Dance.
No.
With Stone Cold, I would love to see that because he clearly has not just an amazing story with wrestling with how he got in, for anybody that knows it, but like those behind the scenes, those real life behind the scenes with Vince McMahon. Oh man, those real life. I want to hear like him and Bret Hart are probably two of the main guys that I would love to hear. You know, sober Bret Hart, but I would love to hear their stories of their battles with Vince McMahon because they're both at the same time. Bret Hart was the guy. And Stone Cold was the guy. And listen, Vince McMahon's about his cheddar, his cheese, his guacamole. So they could have probably said all kinds of reckless and crazy stuff.
It was nasty.
You know what I'm saying?
It was nasty, man.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Yeah, because I kind of got off wrestling when it started to get too. It's weird because like what made wrestling good was the drama and the cinematic, the storyline. But then I felt like it got too. I'm like, when are you guys gonna fight? You know what I mean? It got too much with the story, so I kind of stepped away from it. So when I seen this was like when I was really deep into wrestling. You know what I mean? So me more than anything, I just want to see it just strictly for nostalgic reasons. But me, when I want to watch wrestling, I gotta go on YouTube and I gotta watch like the Summer Slams, the Royal Rumbles, like the earlier WrestleManias. Like I gotta watch those for me to get in my bag. Right. So I'm more interested in seeing this just so I could be like, I do want to see the behind the scenes, but just so I could be like, oh yeah, I remember that. That's what actually happened. That's what's got me pumped. You know what I'm saying?
If they were to release this and they were to have, who would you like to see? Who would you like to see have their stories in this Stone Cold documentary?
To see a Heartbreak Kid.
Degeneration X. Degenerations.
What's his Triple H? Do you remember 1-2-3 Kid?
X-Pac.
Who was it that was always like, suck it?
That was Degeneration X. That's exactly who that group was, and it was Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and X-Pac. Bro. And there was also Road Dogg Jesse James. Was there at the beginning as well.
You're talking
to a hardcore wrestling fan, by the way.
When they were doing that whole suck it thing, I used to do that when I was in school. Man, I got in every single teacher. They're like, you can't do that in school. I'm like, it's just wrestling, man. Like, suck it.
We got two words for you. 2 words for you. Yeah. He was definitely in there with Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels, you'd like to see him as well. Anybody else?
If you could resurrect the dead, like I said, Owen Hart, man. Owen Hart was always my dude. Yeah. He was my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, me personally, I would love to hear conversations from The Rock.
Yeah.
Just because him and The Rock were kind of battling for that top spot, and The Rock kind of, kind of overshadowed him. I would love to hear that rivalry because one of the good parts of the Michael Jordan movie was him and Isaiah Thomas. Like that was just
seeing that.
Yeah, that was just great to hear. Like Isaiah Thomas did this to him when he was early in his career, and then he apparently didn't get him on the dream team, and there was just this long rivalry of just like battles. You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point. So seeing that would actually be pretty dope because
I would love to see that.
Yeah,
me personally.
Yeah, The Rock definitely surpassed him as far as using wrestling as a springboard into like Steve Austin. He did get into a bit of acting, but I mean, there's just no comparison. Like,
no, not at this point. Not at this point. And even in wrestling right now,
yeah,
I think if you were to ask wrestling fans, it would be debatable who they would pick over Stone Cold and The Rock. Like, that would be a debate. I'm telling you.
But I gotta be honest with you, as far as those two characters, I'm going Stone Cold all day. Stone Cold he was just more gully. He was just a thug. The Rock, he could get the crowd going, and he definitely was a showman. He was I'm not saying he was flashy, but he definitely had more swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you brought The Rock and Stone Cold to a bar and there was a scrap, both of them will obviously hold their own. But I feel like The Rock would be more concerned about did something spill on a shirt. You know what I mean? Where Stone Cold will be like, blood everywhere. It's all good. More blood, the better. I'm a Stone Cold fan.
That's why I think it would be good to see those type of rivalries in this documentary. There's just a lot of good aspects of this that if they brought it out, if they actually were honest when they spoke about it and came out and said these certain things, that I would. It's fascinating.
All right, well. I did not know you were a big wrestling fan. Good to know. All right, well then let's see when this bad boy comes out. The viewing public, are you excited about this? Who do you got? Are you a Rock fan? The Rock? You smell what's cooking and all that bullshit? See that stupid ass catchphrase? Or are you a Stone Cold fan? Who do you want to see in this documentary? Should somebody else be doing this documentary? Comment, subscribe, like, notification bell, new videos every single morning at 10 a.m. We work, man. We putting in work over here. Two guys doing a podcast. Two guys doing a podcast. Two guys doing a podcast. Podcast. Ow.